Hi, how are you, everybody? I wonder, can people hear me at the webinar? I just want to, if you can you give me a yes or give me a one? Sorry, maybe that would be best. Give me a one, so I know you can able to actually see me and hear me. Hi, I'm Andrew Lowsutea President. Hey，好多謝你今日咧又嘥呢個星期六咁重要嘅時間聽我哋講呢個重要嘅 message， 就係講關於咧我哋個 Lowsutea 點幫助你糖友啦，同埋咧點能夠喺糖尿病裏邊咧係令到你個腎咧係有問題嘅。咁呢個其實一個係好重要嘅lecture 啦，我覺得就。咁如果你聽到我講嘅，可唔可以俾個一我哋 ？If you can hear me, can you put a one in the chat window? One. Good. I can hear Pat say that. And thank you. Thanks to Edwina and Wasted. Today we have a lot of people actually from Hong Kong, Hawaii, also from Singapore. They're also from Vancouver. Wow, a lot of people. Good. Australia. Oh, a lot of good people. And good, Jamie, thank you very much from Hawaii. Actually, welcome. Thank you. I noticed I see you more often now. Very good. Thank you. So we have a lot of people from Hawaii and also from different places. I appreciate you guys and your busy Saturday and joining us. So 好多謝各位堂友咧，真係喺咁多地方嚟一齊聽我哋講呢個糖尿病嘅問題啦。So 因為呢個其實咧。有兩個重點咧，其實第一個咧就係心啦，第二個就係腎啦。咁其實咧，我依家講腎先嘅，因為好多時咧就係腎開始嘅，咁所以我一定要講咗呢個，然後先講下一次或者再過多幾堂先講心。咁你變咗有多啲 information。OK， 咁我依家開始啦嚇。OK， 唔該晒。咁我就大家先攞個screen 嚟先。OK， 嗱，各位堂友，今日咧就係我哋講講咧乜嘢叫做糖尿腎病。So today our topic is actually quite good because I actually received a lot of people asking, hey, I'm a pre-diabetic, I'm a diabetic patient now. So when I will become a serious kidney disease person. Now, actually, this is a very good question because, as you know, a lot of diabetic patients will somehow eventually get serious kidney disease. So today, we hope that will give you a lot of signs and symptoms to look at so you can really protect yourself not to get into that stage. And I think that is the most important today. So, but before we start, because we have a lot of new customer comes in, so I thought perhaps it would be good to at least just to review very fast, 3 pages, what is diabetic all about. So just be patient with you for many of the existing customer who already listened to this before. Now, as you can remember, if you have diabetes, one of the things that will be really important is affect the entire body vessels. Your blood sugar will actually damage all your body vessels from the start all the way to the end. And it's a lifelong disease. And you don't get well. You only can able to control. So what you need to do is must control your blood sugar. And if you're pre-diabetic, it's the same thing. No different. You have to control your blood sugar to prevent your diabetes. And by the way, if you don't do anything, studies show that in 3 years, you convert to be diabetes. And to help you to do that, you have to have proper dieting, exercise, weight control, and you have to control your sugar mainly through this process, measure your blood sugar, and then in diet, you have to not take any white powder or so-called white food, soda and juice. And what to drink, later on, you got to drink Lowsutea. I'll tell you more about that. 嗱，各位堂友，即係俾少耐先啊，好多新嘅 customer 上嚟啦，咁佢哋都問下。咩叫糖尿病啊？其實好簡單，糖尿病咧就係 affect 晒所有全身嘅血管嘅，就你唔會好嘅，你只係能夠控制嘅。有啲人話俾你聽糖尿病我醫好你啊，唔好信，真係唔會好㗎，只係能夠控制。咁即控制咩？控制你血糖。嗱，控制血糖好重要嘅。點控制咧？其實如果前期患病者一式一樣都要控制血糖，能夠令到血糖咧係一個平均嘅 level 啦，好似唔過7啦。咁變咗嚟講咧，你就一定要繼續係咁做嘅。如果你3年唔做嘢，如果係前期患病者，你就會變糖尿病嘅喎，因為 study 係咁 show 出嚟嘅。咁同埋咧，點可以控制糖咧？好簡單 ，diet 食嘢要好，即係注重有咩糖嘅東西唔食嘢，唔食呢啲咁嘅嘢。嗱，講個好簡單故事，啱啱有個朋友話俾你聽，我食咗一碗即係叫做西面喎，即係嗰啲日本仔嘅洗麵啦，即係嗰啲麵啊，咁但係咧個 carb 就好高喎，咁佢即刻個糖去幾多啊？去到10幾嘅 ，OK， 咁呢個就唔好啦，咁就 kick off 咗唔愛食西面啊，嗰啲麵條啊，咁你就會降翻低㗎啦。咁同埋咧，最緊要 exercise 啦，同埋控制你個磅數啦。咁飲咩啦？唔好嗱食咩？唔好要白色嘅麵粉啊食物啦，要soda 啦，要降，即係唔好飲汽水啦，同埋 juice 啦，呢啲全部係糖嚟嘅。咁同埋咧就可以飲呢個去糖茶啦，因為去糖茶冇 caffeine， 只係飲咗去凍飲熱飲都得，又冇糖，能夠降低血糖，仲有降低咩 LDL cholesterol 啊，你個膽固醇呢個好重要啊，幫助你係降低，同埋仲有 detox 同埋 decrease 咗呢啲咁嘅嘢之後咧，你個糖一定要降低，咁 A1C 降低，咁你就控制呢個成個呢個局面嘅糖 ，OK， 咁呢個好重要嘅。So drinking Lowsutea is so important because you already know that you cannot eat no white food, no soda, no juice. But when you drink Lowsutea, basically it helps you to lower your cholesterol, LDL, and it detox, and the most important, lower your blood sugar. And that is the most important, help you to control your, your overall diabetes or pre-diabetic, not to get you to convert. Now there are 2 ingredients in Lowsutea. Basically, there's guava leaves that is actually block the sugar going to the vessels, and the bitter melon is act like an insulin because that glute act like insulin and go into the cells. So it is that simple, and they have perfect, proven, really lower the blood sugar. And if you want to get more of the people who have that successful experience, just drop me a note. I will send that to you because we have so many thousands of people now to say, wow, this thing is really good helping me. And once they start drinking, their blood sugar go down, A1C go down. 嗱，其實咧去糖茶好簡單，有2樣嘢。第一有個叫做番石榴葉，番石榴葉係 block 咗啲 sugar 入去血管裏邊。第二樣嘢有個叫做 bitter melon，bitter melon 咧係 act like 個 insulin， 因為佢有 glue 帶啲糖入去細胞裏邊。如果你繼續飲咧，個 A1C 咧會降低嘅。其實我有好多糖友已經有呢個好嘅經驗咧。如果你需要咧，話俾你聽，我寄啲資料俾你。咁其實咧，如果你唔控制咧，弊家伙啦，因為咧會 affect 你個心臟啦，亦都會 affect 你個腎啦，或者你眼啦，你會可能中風啦，同埋好多神經嘅損壞啦。最弊咧，如果你個血液去到腳嘅底下咧，唔係咁好嘅時候咧，好多時咧整親係會爛咧，要割咗個腳咧。我見過太多啲病人啦，所以其實呢個咧真係要 take care 嘅。糖尿唔好咁簡單，以為我冇乜3年先氹咧，但係2-3年後你就好大問題㗎啦。Okay, really at the end of the day, the potential complication is really can be very serious. One is affect your heart, it affects your vision. I have a patient. 3 years as a diabetic, already hit them and say, hey man, I cannot see. Wow, I was just worried. I said, how can you cannot see in 3 years? And found out he had diabetic nephropathy. So he has to actually see the doctor, lower blood sugar, and all the good stuff to help him to hopefully regain some of the vision. And then you have kidney disease, which is 70% of my dialysis patients down in Hong Kong in CAPD are diabetic patients, and you can potentially have stroke and also nerve damage, and also if you have poor circulation, go down to extremity, any injury, you can have gangrene and you end up cut off foot. So all that you cannot say, well, maybe I can be, don't worry, it won't work. Okay, you have to be really take care. Okay, now we'll talk about 12 tips how you can pre-diabetic and diabetic patient prevent kidney disease. Okay, this is a very, very good lectures that you can help you at least start understanding what it is and watch out for those signs. That's why I want to make sure that you guys get this information. Now, as you know, in Hong Kong, 780,000 in Hong Kong people are already diabetic. And in the United States, 25.8 million people are diabetes already, and pre-diabetic even higher, okay? It's about 30% of population. 嗱，香港咧已有78萬人咧係已經糖尿病患者，美國咧25.8個 million 嘅人係糖尿病患者，咁其實呢個 number 越整越高喎。咁同埋咧，如果你呢個前期患病更加高 ，OK， 30% population 啊，大家差唔多間個國家都係咁上下噶啦。So at the end of the day, if you have high blood sugar level, what it does is require your kidney to work harder to get rid of the water, the waste, and the sugar. Result of kidney overwork, eventually you start getting tired and start getting chronic renal disease. And you know, 10 to 40% of diabetic patients develop some kind of chronic kidney disease. It's called CKD. And in US, and INH data, 1 out of 4 Americans who are diabetic get the CKD. So that is something that you really need to worry and take care and not to get yourself into that stage. 嗱，其實咧，當你有高血糖嘅時候咧，你個腎咧要做好多工作，因為要排泄你啲唔愛嘅水分啊、你血糖啊、所有 waste 啊，一路個 overwork 咧，整一個攰咧就係咧，咁開始就可以壞啦。嗱，壞咗咧，記住啊，係唔翻得轉頭嘅，因為 kidney 好特別嘅，你壞咗一係要換多腎。咁換腎你好難啦，咁但係如果唔係咧，你壞咗咧，佢就只係喺嗰個停留嗰度咧，所以你其實咧好多時咧，我哋用 CAPD 啊，即係呢個腹膜透析咧，係幫助佢唔好繼續滑落去。咁所以變咗嚟講咧，你就可以覺得咧，哇！如果壞咗係咪翻轉頭？冇得翻轉頭，所以一定要 take care。咁同埋咧喺美國咧，或者全世界啦，10至40% 嘅diabetic patient 咧都有呢個叫 chronic kidney disease， 即係有個慢性嘅腎病嘅，咁我哋英文咧就係 CKD，OK， 咁美國仲弊，每一個糖友喺4個糖友之中咧有一個咧已經係呢個 CKD 患病者係 NIH 嘅 data， 咁所以變咗嚟講咧，你一定要注重呢樣嘢咧，希望唔會俾到壞啦。咁喺今日嘅 webinar 咧，就第一話俾你聽乜嘢嘅 sign and symptom 咧係可以。即係知道呢樣嘢啦。第二樣嘢咧就點能夠delay 咗或者延遲咗你個腎病嘅出現啦。Okay, today's webinar basically will show you what is a sign and symptom of the kidney disease and how to prevent delayed diabetic kidney disease to you. So this is a really good webinar to help you to better understand. By the way, if you can hear me, can you give me one more one? I just want to make sure that everybody can hear me loud and clear. So there's no, just give me a 1 in your chat box. So that way I understand that you can hear me. Hopefully you can do that. Okay, good. Now, I know there's some people in Facebook. If you can able to share this to your friends, that's okay too, because that, Facebook is also there to help you to get more people to get this message. So Facebook can hear. Oh, thank you very much, Eugene, and thank you, Pat. Pat is from Hong Kong, and all the different people. Wow, a lot of people actually. That's good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, now kidney. What it is? Kidney is a very important organ. Okay, now kidney responsible basically is your waste management. You get rid of water, fluid, everything go out. Okay, and also it maintains a certain chemical which maintain your blood pressure. So kidney is a very important organ. If you don't take care of kidney and your kidney is getting bad, actually commonly it affects everything, a lot of things. Like for example, you can get kidney stone, urine tract infection. The most important is hypertension. Worse than if you're diabetic, it is a cause of kidney disease as very, very common, okay? 嗱，腎係一個好重要嘅官狀嘅。點解咧？因為咧腎係幫助你咩啊？幫助你咧係減低所有嗰啲垃圾，即係水啊、你個廢物管理嘅，排泄啲垃圾出去啦，同埋你所有啲糖啊或者其他嘢係即係你新陳代謝嘅東西排泄出去嘅。咁但係好重要咧，就維持整體嘅身體嘅化學嘅作用啦。咁同埋有一個好重要就係佢係 maintain 咗保持你個血壓嘅工作嘅，因為佢裏面嘅荷蒙咧係 control 你 blood pressure。但係如果你唔注意唔減唔個腎嘅時候咧，係啦，你個風險就開始大啦。第一好多時咧有腎石啦，第二好多時咧就有呢個叫做urine tract infection 啦，即係你個尿道發炎啦。咁同埋咧就血壓高。咁其實咧仲有一樣嘢，好多腎病嘅唔係好多糖尿病患者咧都唔知啦，係會有嗰個腎病嘅，其實係好高嘅。咁所以變咗嚟講咧，如果因為你糖太高咧，就搞到腎壞嘅。咁所以變咗你一定要注重咧點 take 嘅腎，其實好簡單。如果你搞一掂，你嘅糖低咧，你腎會好嘅。OK， 咁其實咧，因為當你係有糖尿病嘅時候咧，你個 kidney 就開始即係繼續做咗工作啦，開始work hard to process 你啲 blood sugar 走啦。咁同埋咧你因為咁咧就將個腎咧係 overwork 咗，即係過度工作 ，OK， 令個腎開始壞。嗱 ，kidney is really able to pass all your bad fluid and all your waste out from the kidney to your urine, right? But if you continue to high blood sugar, like diabetic patient typically has, and it will make your make your kidney work over hard. Eventually, it will just get your kidney because over hard is going to start damaging your kidney. And once you start damage, the kidney will not reverse, it will stay the same. A typical kidney disease is called diabetic nephropathy. And in diabetic nephropathy is because of the high blood glucose in your bloodstream, and then your blood will go through your kidney to filter and then continue to damage the kidney, eventually start leaking. When you start leaking, the protein will come out from your urine. So net result, many of these patients will start getting proteinuria, urine in the protein in the urine. And 10 to 40% of people who are diabetic develop this type of chronic kidney disease, a CKD. So you really gotta watch, okay? 嗱，其實好簡單。當你有糖尿患病者嘅時候咧，好多糖尿患病者咧，因為你咁多糖 go through 你個腎咧，去即係過濾啊。咁你個過濾咁多糖嘅時候咧，就開始 damage 個 kidney。整一 damage 個 kidney 咧，個 damage 個 kidney 咧就可以漏啲咩啊蛋白質出嚟。當你漏咗蛋白質出嚟咧，嗰個蛋白質越整到喺個 urine 嗰度咧，喺個尿嗰度咧有蛋白嘅。咁呢個叫做proteinuria， 即係蛋白喺個 urine 度。咁 net result 呢樣嘢咧就係開始咧你個糖，即係開始你腎啦開始壞㗎啦。咁其實咧喺全世界都好啦，10至40% 嘅人有 diabetes 有糖尿病咧，都會有呢個 CKD 嘅長期患病嘅慢性腎病。咁呢個時間係一段時間㗎，因為我有幾個糖咧，我得40% 腎嘅功能嘅喎。或者有啲有3% 啊，嗱，其實當你有20% 腎功能嘅時候 ，guess what？ 你開始洗腎啦。洗腎咧喺香港咧好啲嘅，因為香港咧多數話俾你腹膜洗腎。咁如果唔係咧喺外國咧就多數話哇，咁我哋要慢慢睇，或者要睇 hemodialysis 啊，咁你就弊家伙啦。OK？ Now, as you know, when you have your CKD continue to get bad, and I have few of my patients already asked me, hey Andrew, I have only 40% of the kidney function or 30% kidney function, but you know what? If you get to 20%, most likely you have to get some kind of dialysis to help you. And in Hong Kong, what they usually do is they give you the called continuous ambulatory dialysis, CAPD. And net result, you do that, they keep the function of the kidney continue. So if you go hemodialysis, your kidney will right away will shrink down like a peanut and won't work. So if you have CAPD, at least you keep the kidney function for a while. Eventually, you can continue to use. I have people who do CAPD for over 20 years, gave them a lot of work when I worked for Baxter. So anyway, this is something that's the progression. So you got to be very, very careful, basically. Okay. Now, what is the symptom to be a diabetic nephropathy? Okay. 嗱，咁如果糖尿腎病嘅症狀係點樣嘅咧？嗱，好簡單，第一樣嘢啊，記住，其實咧有個好特別咧，初期係冇症狀喎，冇症狀啊，聽到未啊？哇，好驚喎！嘅 ，so you know the first time when you get symptom of nephropathy in the early stage, there's no symptom. Basically, just like everything the same. But once you get down to the later stage, the first thing you will start seeing, actually, majority of them will come out with proteinuria. You see, that's the first sign to come out. And then the second sign will come out. We'll get into most likely you're going to start swelling, ankle, high blood pressure, and eventually you have loss of appetite, and then you have difficult concentration, urine, increased urine urge, and then eventually itching persistent, and you can potentially have nausea, vomiting. And those are more start getting serious signs of nephropathy. But more important, the early sign you will see is proteinuria, the first thing, proteinuria. And then after that will be high blood pressure, swelling, all those will come along, okay? 嗱，因為初期冇症狀，但係當你一過咗開始有症狀嘅時候咧，重要點你睇到第一咧就係個尿嗰度咧開始有彈啲蛋白出嚟嘅。第二樣開始咧，你個 ankle 啊，你個腳嘅腳眼啊開始腫啊 ，OK？ 第三，你亦都會有開始你血壓會開始高嘅。咁咩叫高啊？14啊、15啊咁上嚟嘅。咁當然啦，你會開始唔想食嘢，冇胃口，你會開始攰，同埋咧開始咧你會有即係成日去小便啦想，同埋仲有一樣嘢咧，你開始如果真係更加嚴重咧，你開始即係集中唔到嘅，同埋你會開始混亂啊，同埋咧如果真係咧要嘔吐啊，呢啲就係嚴重嘅症狀。嗱，呢啲症狀咧唔好即係忽略啊，因為呢個 this is serious. So when you get this kind of symptom, especially start getting proteinuria, swelling an ankle, high blood pressure, you better go see a doctor right away. You gotta see a doctor because it will not get well. 嗱，所以如果你一見到呢個症狀咧，你真係揾醫生傾下偈啦 ，OK？ 嗱，咁我其實咧好重要咧，咁你話哇講咁多嘢，咁我點能夠去真係保護我自己嘅腎咧，護腎啦可以講嚟啊，咁我會變咗糖尿嘅腎病者咧。So you talk about all these really scary signs and symptoms. So my question is how I am going to be not getting a very, will not be getting a serious kidney problem. So we need to start figuring out how to do that, okay? Now, most important, first, you have to maintain a healthy lifestyle, okay? Now, 講咗咁多咁重要嘅問題裏邊啦，咁你就一定要即係問下，喂，我點能夠防禦個腎唔會衰落去，補腎咧 ？OK， 嗱好簡單，第一樣嘢你真係要一個好好嘅健康生活方式。咩叫做好好健康生活方式啊？咁我繼續講落去嗱。So you might ask, what is a healthy lifestyle? Okay, first. As you know, when you start getting to that stage, most likely you are see a doctor. And you have drugs, which is the diabetic drugs, could be metformin, could be insulin, whatever. You need to continue to make sure to take that drugs. And very important, now I found, and actually a lot of our diabetic friends found, drinking Lowsutea is so important to help them to lower the blood sugar. And that result, they got a good blood sugar level. The A1C is go down to below 6.5. They can maintain that good blood sugar stage, and most of the time, certainly when you eat, it'll go up higher to 10 or 11. That's okay because drop it down. continue drink Lowsutea. It help them to maintain that better blood sugar level, so you are not going to get into the bad diabetic stage. 嗱，好重要咧，其實咧，我哋糖友咧，個個都已經睇緊醫生，或者 pre-diabetic， 你知有一樣嘢你要睇醫生嘅。咁睇醫生後咧，其實好重要咧，唔淨止俾醫生俾你藥，咩藥啊？可能係 cholesterol 啦，可能你嘅糖尿藥啦、metformin 啦、麥粉督啦，或者你係用個胰島素啦，呢啲繼續係用嘅。咁但係我啲咧好重要咧，繼續飲去糖茶，因為飲咗去糖茶之後咧，你就會繼續將個糖啊係繼續降低，你會喺個 A1C 咧降到係6.5以下，哇！咁你就 OK 啦，因為咧呢個繼續係咁樣，就算食嘢上翻去咧係10啊11，唔緊要2個鐘頭跌翻落嚟咧，平時都係6.5咧，咁咧你個人嘅血管亦都好，你個腎亦都唔會壞。咁呢個係重要點嘅，所以其實咧最重要咧就唔係話我啱食嘢高咗2個鐘頭跌翻嚟，好重要。所以其實咧，如果你有個 Abbott Libby 嘅話咧，你知道咧你就會繼續 measure 你自己，好似呢隻嘢咁啊，呢個 Abbott Libby 佢啦，我睇下嗱，呢個4.7啫，你睇啦4.7 ，OK 嗱，呢個 Abbott Libby 咧點解幫到你啊？嗱，你可以睇到4.7歲變咗4.7，點解會咁咧？因為咧，如果有4.7嘅時候，4.7咧。我哋飲咗去糖茶就會4.7噶喎，或者5啊嗰啲地方喎。咁你成日呢個飲，你大概飲半年咧，你成日都會咁嘅。咁變咗嚟講咧，你就話好喎，我唔使，即係我都係食咗藥，但係我繼續咧係降低。咁好多醫生咧係同你降藥添嘅，好似阿飛啦，我哋個朋友啦，你睇過佢短片啦，佢20年嘅糖尿患病者，但係咧佢能夠降低佢血糖咧，個醫生係減咗3次嘅。So you know when you start taking Lowsutea, the blood sugar definitely will come down. And then you, like for example, our friend Faye, she had 20 years diabetic, and really nice. She had taken metformin 2,000 milligrams, and doctor keep lower it. Now she only 500 milligrams, and she said, "I truly am hope." So you want to make sure your blood sugar continue to drop down to a management level, like 4.5 to up to 6.5. Now you are successful. You will not damage your blood sugar. Now, the next, you have treat your high blood sugar, high blood pressure.嗱，下一個咧重要啦，因為你嘅血糖降低咗，但係你個血壓都要降低。So what is the high blood pressure then? The high blood pressure actually will be you cannot more than 130. If you're elderly, maybe 65 or above, you cannot more than 135. But 130 will be your mark, your highest mark. And the lower blood pressure, so-called diastolic blood pressure, you should be somewhere before 80, no more than 90, 80 something. But you'll be a calm state should be about 70. Then you will able to help you not to stress your kidney. 嗱，血壓嚟講係好重要嘅。你其實如果血壓咧，尤其是我哋依家普通血壓咧，你係應該唔過130嘅，所以咧就降翻佢130以下。OK， 如果你係老一啲嘅，我65歲以上啦，你唔可以過135。所以其實咧呢個係好重要，因為你如果有高血壓係 damage 你個kidney 嘅，所以you gotta keep that in mind 嗱，你 you should measure your blood pressure every day by the way， 每日你應該度你血壓啦。咁所以變咗，如果下壓係乜嘢啊？下壓咧你唔可以多過90或者80幾啊、70幾啊。如果你係正嘅時候，應該係70幾嘅。所以係你嘅血壓一定係喺保持130或者70以內。OK， 130、70。So your blood pressure should maintain about 137, and you should every day measure your blood pressure to understand where it is morning and night. Morning and night， 每日朝頭早，然後晚黑食完飯之後量血壓係好嘅，你有個 rate 再寫低佢啊，記住啊，寫低佢。Then you should make sure your blood sugar healthy range. I mentioned that, and make sure you got diet control. You can exercise, and then you've got to check your blood sugar regularly and make sure you reach that high. That's why this is really good, because you know why? This will give you a target. And my target, and as you know, Abbott Libby will actually give you a target and a range to make sure that you're meeting that target. Right now, my target, I'm meeting somewhere in neighborhood 95, 98. And I think Faye is also meeting those really target. Now, it was very nice because before Lowsutea, she's making a target only 28%. Now she's making over 90%. The important meeting the sugar target 98%. But you said, well, I don't have the mechanism. No problem. You just keep sticking your finger, picking your finger. You can still measure because you gotta know. You don't measure yourself, you will not know. 嗱，其實好重要咧，你係真係要度你自己嘅血糖嘅。如果你唔度你自己血糖，冇 target 咧係唔得嘅。咩叫 target 啊？其實你嘅血糖咧應該係每日係應該係6點幾以下啦，然後6點5以下啦，或者上去嘅時候食完飯係10啊或者11啦，最高11，唔高就11啦。咁所以你會度嘅。咁同埋咧，你每一次去醫生睇嘅時候咧，你都要睇下你個係咪有一個叫 early sign of kidney disease 啊。So whenever you go see doctor, you have to really start seeing yourself. You have really at this time early kidney disease. Now, to check kidney, you really gotta check your blood test because without blood test, you cannot check. So, and your urine also. So the first thing the doctor will check is the urine, whether you have protein dumping out. So they call proteinuria. The second they will check blood test will be checking creatinine, albumin, and then there's another very important check. It's called glomerular filtration, GFI, EGFR, okay? Because that's the one to check how your kidney can filter your blood. Is it elevated? If you are your EGFR high, that means your kidney are really starting damage. And then you should make sure every time, at least once a year, when you do that, you can go there and check your that test, creatinine, albumin, and GFR, plus urine proteinuria. 嗱，其實你去到，如果你係已經糖尿患病者咧，醫生一定咧，你話俾醫生，喂，我係咪可以 check 下個尿啊？咁你 check 尿係咩咧？你多數係 check 嗰個有冇蛋白質喺尿度，嗰個叫做 proteinuria。第二樣嘢咧，你會就 check 個 creatinine。creatinine 咧就係幫你係睇，如果個 creatinine 高嘅話咧，即係話你開始個腎開始有問題㗎啦。同埋 albumin 最重要咧係 GFR 就係嗰個 filtration 啊，即係嗰個糖尿咧係有咩能夠係幫助你即係幫你個腎係 filtrate。如果呢啲係全部上去嘅時候咧，即係話你嘅腎就開始壞，咁你真係要可以做工作係點去做嘢啊？嗱 ，before 你睇到呢樣嘢之前咧，當然啦，最好你就唔可以食煙啦，因為食煙咧係點啊？係 increase 咗嗰啲血咧去個嗰個腎嗰度嘅，同埋個亦都 increase 咗個 blood sugar。咁兩樣嘢咧都係 damage 你個 blood sugar 你個腎嘅。So importantly, you really cannot smoke. You have to lower your smoking, decrease your smoking, because smoking reduce blood flow, it reduce blood flow to kidney, and also increase your blood sugar. The important thing is when you increase blood flow to kidney and increase blood sugar, it's actually worsening your kidney function. So net result of that is no good. So stop smoking if you're a smoker. And secondly, you have to avoid alcohol. Now, the reason why alcohol is no good is because alcohol increases your blood sugar. As I mentioned, one of my customer, my patient, and her nighttime, every night is 10 o'clock all the way throughout the night. Her blood sugar went up because she just drank some red wine, and red wine a lot of grapes, and it increased her blood sugar. 所以唔可以食煙，因為食煙咧係會降低你個嗰個血咧去個 kidney 度啦，同埋增高你個血糖啦，同埋酒咧亦都係增高你血糖啦。咁兩樣嘢對腎都係壞嘅。咁同埋咧仲有啦，千祈唔好用一啲藥物咧係會 damage 你個 kidney 嘅。咩藥物好啊 ？For example, aspirin 係會 damage 你 kidney 嘅，咁啊千祈唔好食咁多 aspirin 啦。Okay, so importantly, if you really have kidney problem, so you got to take drugs not to damage your kidney. So you have to actually let the doctor know. Sometimes doctor didn't know is that my kidney is not functioning that well. They make sure my check is my drugs will affect my kidney. Now, one of the products that is aspirin is the one that you don't want to eat, because a lot of the people who have heart problem will also given by baby aspirin, and that has to be somewhat changed. So you got to be careful. 嗱 ，aspirin 咧有好多人心臟病嘅人咧，都有一個叫做 baby aspirin， 即係 baby aspirin 啦。咁嗰啲咧就會亦都係唔好食咁多嘅。咁要同醫生講啦。咁仲有一樣嘢，you have to 要降低你壓力，因為壓力咧係 increase your blood sugar 嘅。咁所以變咗嚟講，呢兩樣嘢都要好注重。嗱 ，so you have to decrease your stress because stress increase your blood sugar. If you have more blood sugar in there, then again affect your kidney. So you have to take things to decrease your stress, like walking, take breathing exercise, and so forth. Now, one very important, actually drinking Lowsutea will definitely lower your blood sugar and will help you to lower blood sugar, then it will help you to improve your kidney not to get overstressed, okay? 咁飲去糖茶咧，真係會降低血糖，所以咧飲起來係幫助你咧唔會整壞你嘅腎。嗱，好重要啦，因為你係腎病啦，或者你呢個就係腎病，咁我唔想愛咁多水喎，咁去糖茶我飲每日飲2個 liter 喎，咁點算啊？唔緊要，因為咧你飲去糖茶咧，你可以將個 instead of 每一壺咧，你可以沖 instead of 一個 liter 咧，你可以沖500毫升嘅。咁如果係咁嘅話咧，你只係飲so far一日你都係飲1個 liter， 即係每2樽都係500毫升。茶本身係亦都係焗10分鐘，但係會係濃啲，但係一樣咁好味。所以你可以飲少啲水，但係個力量係一式一樣嘅啫。所以變咗嚟講，你如果係 fluid restrict， 因為好多糖友都係 fluid restricted 嘅，即係話唔可以飲咁多水啦。咁佢一日可以只係飲1500個毫升水，咁佢都係繼續可以做一樣。就算你度到係500毫升去做1壺茶，然後減每日一半咧，即係話我只係飲250毫升 for breakfast 早餐，200毫升 for 晏晝餐，然後夜晚250毫升 for dinner 夜晚飯，然後200毫升臨瞓飲埋佢。咁其實呢啲全部都可以得嘅。So if you are fluid restricted, you say, "Wow, I have to drink Lowsutea," but no problem because you could drink Lowsutea, steeping with only instead of 34 ounce, you cut it in half, make it to 16 ounce. The tea will be a little stronger. So each bottle you put 16 ounce of hot water, and you drink basically 8 ounce and 4 ounce for before breakfast, 4 ounce after breakfast, and 4 ounce before lunch, and 4 ounce after lunch. Same thing for dinner, 4 ounce before dinner, 4 ounce after dinner, and then rest, you drink it 4 ounce before sleep, and 4 ounces, after dinner. So doing, whatever dessert and watching TV. So net result, you only drink total whole day 34 ounces of water. So it's fluid restricted. The water is only, the tea is just going to be slightly, maybe slightly little stronger, but it's still tasty because I have a lot of dialysis or fluid restricted customer also already doing this, and they love it. They said, I can help me to bring my blood sugar down. It's very helpful. Now, very important, you have to work with your doctor to slow down and manage the kidney disease. Because once you are in that stage, starting seeing kidney failure or kidney disease, not failure yet, you have to control and stop it become progression. So importantly, you can only control. And how to control? Those are the steps that you got to do. Okay? 嗱，記住你要同你醫生一齊合作咧，去 manage 去管理呢個慢性嘅腎病，其實就唔會好嘅，其實一定係要 control 控制嘅啫。咁呢個控制咧係你同你醫生一齊做。咁上面頭先講嗰啲咧，控制血糖啊，如果你控制得到咧 ，you'll be very good。因為你個病咧，如果係講所謂叫做腎病咧，就唔會發生噶啦。So what happened is if you control well, your kidney diabetic kidney disease will not come, or will delay actually that diabetic kidney disease. So you will be very successful to do that. Just control your sugar and blood pressure. Now, certainly another thing that you got to do, and you have to eat more vegetable and fruit. so you can create a healthier kidney. Now, why you have to do that? Because what happened is in chronic kidney disease, patients are very susceptible for metabolic acidosis. Now, how that metabolic acidosis occurs is that a lot of times the sugar is in the blood running, but doesn't go into the cells. So the body is saying, hey, I need more sugar. So they will start moving sugar from the liver, from the muscle. Net result, your blood becomes more acid. Now, that can be a dangerous actually issue. You don't want to get yourself all the time in metabolic acidosis. That's why when you get more sugar and not going to the cell, you're going to have that problem. So net result, drinking Lowsutea definitely will help you to eliminate that, because the Lowsutea help you get more sugar into the cell, and you lower your blood sugar, and the chance of metabolic acidosis will minimize. But eating vegetable and fruit also can help you, because the vegetable and fruit are more alkaline. So it will get your blood become less chances to get metabolic acidosis, less chances to risk to damage the kidney. So net result, you will be better have that and net rather than have high acid in your blood. 嗱，其實咧，當你食咗好多 vegetable 生果同埋呢個蔬菜啊或者瓜類啊嗰啲嘢咧，佢係一個鹼性嘅食物。鹼性食物咧就幫助你血裏邊咧就會 become more 鹼性或者 instead of 酸性。Net result 唔會 damage 呢個即係kidney 啦。咁變咗嚟講咧，你亦都會好啲嘅，因為食多啲菜生果唔係 high acid 唔係 high sugar 嘅生果啦，梗係啦。咁你其實咧已經開始降低你血糖，咁咧整體咧係幫助你一生咧係哇，我開始好啲啦，血糖會降低，我亦都唔會有呢個叫做 metabolic acidosis 性酸嘅中毒。咁呢個咧係好重要嘅，咁幫助你。咁如果你繼續做咗呢樣咧，係會令到你嘅身體更加好。所以 eat more vegetable and fruit, you will become getting a much more natural soft alkaline, and so you are actually become more, better in sense of getting more people to less chances to damage your kidney. So that would be very important. But if you do actually get metabolic acidosis, a lot of acid going up, what could happen? 嗱，如果你有真係或者我係做唔到嘅，有個即係依家 metabolic acidosis 咧，身體有酸中毒啊，咁啊點咩情況咧 ？The sign and symptom you have that is usually rapid breathing, you are confused, you are fatigued, you actually can be a very serious case. So net result, if you are not going to a hospital fast enough, you can go shot and die. So you got to remember when you have rapid breathing, confusion, fatigue, and then you got to call the ambulance and get to the hospital. 嗱，如果你真係有個 metabolic acidosis 咧嘅時候咧，咁你其實咧多數咧就會係好似好難唞氣咁啦，同埋你會 confuse 啦，同埋你好攰啦。咁呢個咧叫10字車送你醫院啦。OK， 記住呢樣嘢。咁如果你唔去咧，因為你會 end up 就會係真係好嚴重啦，咁 could be 死亡㗎，記住。OK， 咁咧仲有一樣嘢啦，第二樣咧食咩咧？食 omega 3個 fatty acid found in fish and 即係 fish oil 啊。咁其實咧omega 3係對呢個心臟好好嘅。So another one that you want to take is more omega 3 fatty acid, which is found in all the fish, like salmon, fish, and all that. Or nowadays, you can go down to Walmart or Costco to buy omega fish oil with omega 3. It's very good for your heart. Now, the studies show that hemodialysis patients, if they have high level omega 3 in fatty acid, they have somehow have low risk of sudden cardiac death. So that is something to say that, hey, you know, if I take omega, better for my heart, so at least I don't have a higher chance of heart attack. So go down to Costco, buy some omega 3 or anywhere else. Okay. Now on top of that, also omega-3 are found in like fatty fish like salmon, tuna, or you can go down by eat more flaxseed or walnuts. So eat those diet will help you for better cardiovascular health. OK， 嗱，其實咧 omega 3個魚油咧，裏邊有係好多時喺三文魚啦、tuna 魚啦，呢啲魚裏邊咧係可以揾到嘅，同埋仲有食 walnut 啦、就合桃啦，呢啲全部都有嘅。咁希望咧你食多啲咧，幫你係 improve 咗你個 cardiovascular， 即係你心臟嘅血管啊。咁而家唔會 sudden death。OK， 咁但係有一個好重要咧，其實要減鹽啊。原來鹽咧係對嗰個腎係好壞嘅。點解咧？當你好多鹽啊，食好多鹽嘅時候咧，好多水分就吸收咗喺血管裏邊游嚟游去。咁如果有呢樣嘢咧，你食多啲鹽咧，會繼續係損毀你個腎啊。因為你個腎咧會強啲到 overwork， 係幫你 expel 去掉啲鹽出嚟。咁如果係咁講嘅話咧，你係如果食好多鹽咧，係個腎係繼續損毀嘅。所以如果你有腎病或者糖尿病，其實都唔好食多鹽。如果老一啲，更加唔好食多鹽。仲有食多鹽咧係會 increase 咗你 blood pressure 嘅。咁同埋咧，仲有咧，如果你血壓高咧，個心臟病eventually 會 potential 高啦。仲有咧會可能會中風啦、heart attack 啊，呢啲係會繼續嘅。So in really at the end of the day, you have to also cut down your salt. Now, if you're diabetic, young, old, you gotta think about cut down salt because you eat too much salty food. What it does will harm your kidney. On top of that, too much salty food will force your kidney to work harder to expel all the salt out. So net result, you will get high blood pressure, also potentially lead to heart attack, different heart disease, and more so you can have stroke and heart attack. That's all those are not good for you. So imagine, very important, you have to lower your salt intake, and especially as you start getting to be older. Now, what other factor will also affect the risk of kidney disease? 仲有冇其他因素咧係會令到你有腎病嘅風險咧？咁當然係有嘅。嗱，第一，如果你係 overweight， 第二即係過重啦，第二我乜嘢都唔做嘅，我食煙嘅，同埋我屋企人咧有呢個問題嘅，佢有即係應該係有腎衰竭嘅問題啊，同埋仲有咧好多係如果係黑人啦或者係其他嘅美國嘅裏邊有好多黑人啦，咁如果佢已經係有腎病，呢就係會有問題嘅。So other factor which increase your kidney disease are, well, one very important, overweight. Because you're overweight, guess what? Your whole body, especially your kidney, has to work harder to get all your stuff waste out because you're overweight. On top of that, you're inactive in your physically. Like, for example, I don't like to move. I just stay in bed all the time. Now, that is not going to be good because you don't move. Guess what? You don't get active. Your kidney is going to continue to get more waste to move out. So you got to get active because that will improve your blood pressure, you lower your blood sugar. Everything will be good for you if you are active and you can't smoke. Plus, if you have family history of kidney failure, then you got to watch because that is basically, you might potentially have family history. You might also become a kidney failure also. And certainly for people who are diabetic, with African American, Latino, Native American, a higher risk of the kidney disease because they are basically, it could be the genes, so you got to watch. Now, you got to really take regular exercise seriously because really exercise can improve over all physical health fitness. 嗱，其實咧定期運動咧係好重要嘅，係幫助你整體身體咧係健康嘅質素咧係提高嘅。So you really got to improve overall exercise to help you to become better. And you exercise, you improve your blood pressure, you give you better heart rate, you lower your blood sugar, and so all that will be good for you. Okay, now 如果你繼續係定期運動咧，你係真係幫助咗你好多你嘅整體身體嘅質素嘅。第一，佢 建立好啲嘅血壓啦，因為你 exercise 咧係會建立好啲血壓，因為如果你血壓高嘅話，4度咧，你 exercise 咗咧可能13或者13、12幾嘅，同埋咧要俾個 good 嘅 heart rate 你啦。第三，同埋 lower 你嘅個低血糖啊，即係你 exercise 咗之後咧，你睇翻咧，如果你有 optimum 度嘅時候咧，你叫 exercise 到後之後咧，你血糖會降低到係好似即係7啊8啊唔係 sorry， 你會降低到6啊，instead of 7啊8啊嗰啲咁嘅。So if you exercise, actually you right away you have ability, you can see this exercise will help you to lower your blood sugar from maybe 140 to 120 or maybe lower. So it is very important to do your exercise. So you might ask, what type of exercise should I do? Very important, walking. You got to walk 10,000 steps a day. If you walk 10,000 steps a day, that will be extremely good. It doesn't injure your knee. It helps you to relax when you walk. You just brisk walking with the wife. You talk to your wife while you're walking. It will help you good time to spend together. And also yoga to strengthen your muscle and cardiovascular health. Okay. So 如果你話咩運動啊，好簡單。嗱，我其實有幾個老啲嘅堂友咧同我講咧，我唔知去邊度運動好啊，行 shopping mall 啊，行10萬步，1萬步係咪10萬？1萬步搞掂㗎啦，好正。因為佢話係喎，我要行 shopping mall 好喎，有冷氣，有音樂聽，咁我又行下又見下人啊，咁好特別啊，咁佢慢慢都行咧，行1萬步，其實靜咗之後咧，原來血糖降低咗，哇幾開心啊！咁當然啦，可以瑜伽運動啊嗰啲 OK 啦。咁如果唔識瑜伽咧，你可以去個 YouTube 嚟睇下，亦都有好多教你點做瑜伽嘅。咁最後啦，咁我哋依家就講講咧，即係我哋個 summary 係咩嘅啦。So now we're going to talk a little bit about summary of today's webinar. And this is the 12 steps I listed out, and you can take a picture of that. It will be good, actually, and we'll be here for a while, so you use your phone to take a picture. Now, as you remember, diabetes is a leading cause of kidney disease. You got to keep that in mind. Diabetes is a leading cause of kidney disease. 嗱，糖尿病咧係一個腎病嘅有一個糖尿腎嘅病啊，一個主要原因嚟嘅。嗱，初期嘅腎病咧係冇 sign and symptom 嘅，係冇跡象嘅。但係當你有跡象嘅時候咧，咁嗰個咧就變咗係 diabetic nephropathy。咁嗰陣時咧真係要注重啦，因為你已經係初期嘅腎病者咧冇 symptom。但係當你中期運動咧，你有 symptom 嘅時候咧，你就即刻 treat。因為腎病咧點解啊？係唔翻得轉頭嘅，一壞咗之後咧，佢唔會話好啲，你只係控制你個腎喺翻嗰段時間嘅啫。咁所以對你嚟講咧，你得40% 腎咧，你以後都係可能40%。唔會話好翻100% 嘅，就要好些少，唔會好多，所以你要好注重呢樣嘢。嗱，咁其實係點能夠令到你嘅腎唔會嘅話咧，咁個12點就嚟緊啦。嗱 ，keep in mind, once you get diabetic nephropathy symptoms show up, your kidney will start failing. You have to control. It won't get well to back to 100% or 90%. It will get safe around the area. Could be slightly better, but it's not going to go back to 100%, 90%. So you really got to take care to control will not become further deteriorate. You might be a whole life long, get 40% of kidney function. That's okay, but that's not okay. But at least you are not getting to deteriorate to 20%, which is required dialysis. So this is the kind of things that you have to do, okay? The best is not to get into that state. Not to get to the state is continue first. You have to continue to get your blood sugar in the optimal level range. In other words, your blood sugar has to at least 120 and below, and continue to be that, okay? And A1C hopefully will be below 6.5. That's even better. So that will be the range you continue to try them, okay? 第一，點控制呢個即係 diabetic kidney disease 咧，呢個糖尿病嘅腎咧，好簡單。第一，控制你血糖。咁咩叫控制血糖啊？咁你當然啦，你唔好過7啦，樣樣都食嘢啊，你唔過10啦，好快跌翻去7或者6.5以下啦。 最緊你 A1C 咧係降低到6.5以下。嗱，好多人就話哇好難喎，唔係可以嘅，因為我有幾個糖友咧已經係打咗胰島素啊，佢 A1C 係10嘅，但係飲咗咩啊去糖茶，佢就會跌到係咩啊？係6.1或者6.23嗰啲 range。Okay， so a lot of people say, wow, I'm A1C is 10 and 8. How can I get down to that range? Now I can tell you, I have quite a few of my customer A1C was 10 and above, but he drinking Lowsutea. Guess what? His blood sugar came down A1C to about 6.1. Sometimes 6.4. Some of them 6.2. So it definitely can be done. If many of you serious to take care of yourself with the proper drugs and also taking Lowsutea. Now, second is you have to drink. You have to have your proper blood pressure in the safe zone. So in other words, your blood pressure should be somewhere in the neighborhood of 130 over under 90, 85 or so. Okay, 血壓咧一定要有一個安全嘅嗰個血壓地方啦。咩叫安全嘅地方啊？就血壓咧就一定要係130、70、90以下 ，OK， 80幾啊咁啦。咁你唔好過130或者135啦，如果老嗰啲嘅話，所以一定喺呢度嘅。咁同埋仲有一樣嘢咧，好重要咧，你繼續係 manage 去管理嘅食嘅東西啦，要有 low glycemic index， 即係你嘅食嘢嗰啲糖嘅食物啦，白粉嘅糖就唔好白粉，任何食白粉嘅東西就唔好食啦，即係唔好食咁多啦。如果係嘅話，或者麵啊嗰啲啦，或者西面啊最緊要啦。咁同埋咧食多啲vegetable 啦，即係菜蔬啦，同埋 fruit 啦，同埋要 low sugar， 即係低糖鹽嘅食物。So you have to really manage a diet with low glycemic index food. So in other words, any high carb stuff, you have to eliminate or getting less. You have to always eat low carb stuff. That's why I said low glycemic index food. More vegetable, more fruit. So you got to take care of no more so-called a lot of noodle and things like that, and low salt, because your sardine has a lot of salt. So you have to really lower that. And on top of that, the low salt will help you to eliminate the chances of high blood pressure. Okay, so you got to keep in mind. And vegetable will help you to lower your metabolic acidosis. Now, definitely, you have to drink a lot of Lowsutea to lower your blood sugar. It really works. 飲去糖茶係好緊要嘅，因為我哋所有糖友每日飲6次嘅去糖茶咧，降低嘅血糖咧係個個都做到呢樣嘢。咁如果你係做到呢樣嘢嘅時候，你係咪可以繼續都係做呢樣嘢咧？所以咧，希望你個個都做呢樣嘢咧，係降低你血糖。咁個個糖友降低嘅時候，咁好開心啦，可以做到呢樣嘢啦。So you gotta really try to lower your blood sugar drinking Lowsutea. Now, 你一定飲呢個去糖茶咧，每日飲6杯，記住啊。You have to take your medication regularly. What's that mean? Now, a lot of the as you know, a lot of the people, especially as you go older, they forget to take the medication. And I have a lot of people who are actually elderly people when I was ICU nurse. And really sadly, you know what? They forgot to take their metformin and they forgot to take their insulin. Net result, the high blood sugar went way up to 300-400, and in fact, they went to the hospital. So taking your medication become extremely important, and make sure you put every day in a weekly medication slot, and then you take every day, take all of the medication. If you forget your medication, you are in trouble, besides not drinking Lowsutea. So you got to remember, take your medication regularly. 嗱，定期食藥係好重要嘅。我其實當我係做呢個深切治療護士嘅時候咧，我有好多病人咧唔記得食藥，唔記得打針，兩個嘢令到血糖咧好快就1-2日已經夠㗎啦。咁佢血糖咧就上去咩啊？400度或者係呢個25度。咁佢哋要入醫院啦。咁入醫院嘅時候咧就好危險啦，因為佢係 become metabolic acidosis 啲咁嘅症狀啦。咁變咗嚟講咧，佢其實咧唔記得食藥係一個大風險嚟嘅，尤其是老人家。 所以你買一個禮拜嘅藥啊，個盒啊，裏邊咧有晒1、2、3、4、6、7、8、7日，然後咧嗰啲藥已經擺晒喺度，你每日食嘅時候唔記得咗啊，今日冇食喎，你即刻會知道，因為你睇到冇食到啊，因為佢1、2、3佢星期1至5㗎嘛。咁記住咧要食藥，如果唔係咧你就有一個好大嘅風險嘅。And also you really have to decrease stress, as I mentioned, because stress created what? Created your blood sugar going up. So you gotta really lower your stress continuously so your blood sugar does not go up. Do relaxing exercise, walking, read book, listen nice music. All those can be release stress. Talking to your friends, let your worry out. Talk to them so it can help you to decrease stress. 嗱，減低壓力好重要嘅。其實好多人點減低壓力啊？話有啲人中意睇電視啦，有啲人讀書啦，有啲人行啦。其實行更加好，因為 exercise。同你睇行下街，或者你同老公行下街，哇幾開心喺 shopping mall 行11萬步，咁你就可能係做到呢樣嘢嘅。同埋咧，如果有問題咧，同你親戚傾下偈啦，同朋友傾下偈啦，舒緩你嘅心理壓力，哇好重要。或者同堂友傾下偈都喎，因為同我傾偈都得喎。因為好多朋友都夜晚打啊，我唔好掂啊呢樣嘢，咁啊我解釋咗之後啊，舒服晒 OK， 咁啊第二樣啦，減肥啦 ，lost weight。嗱，呢個減肥好重要嘅，好多時咧，你話我咁肥，我減唔到喎，因為依家我仲係96個 kilo 喎，93 kilo 啊，其實係得嘅，因為本身嚟講咧，我係225磅，我係有2年時間減到依家係197磅。嗱，其實咧係需要工作嘅，我係行啦，要食少啲嘢啦，哇，整下之後一路係咁減落嚟，每個月只係減1磅嘅啫，其實係好辛苦。但係你係做得到嘅。So if you lose weight, you can, because I was 2 years ago at 225 pounds, and I took effort, meaning I have to walk, I take care of my diet, I start watching weight every day. Guess what? Every month I minus 1 pound. Eventually now I'm 197 pounds. So I still have 2 more pounds to go to 195. That's my target. So I'm continuing to do that. I think it will work. So you can lower your your weight. You just need to be target to it. So 減磅得嘅，記住繼續做。咁當然啦，唔可以食煙啦，同埋飲酒啦，因為兩樣都係令到你血糖高 up 啦。咁同埋啦，仲有啦，你嗰啲藥咧要唔好 damage 你嘅腎嘅，好似 aspirin 啊嗰啲咧，亞士不靈啊。唔好食呢啲咁嘅藥。Now, so you don't need to smoke. You can smoke and alcohol because all those that increase your blood sugar. It's not going to work. And you got to watch the drugs that damage your kidney, and that's not good, like aspirin. And on top of that, you have to keep exercise active. So those are very important. 要繼續運動啦，行1萬步啦，同埋要 keep 即係 active 啊，去行多啲，做多啲嘢，唔好坐喺度。嗱，最後。我哋每一次去醫生咧，可能會問下，喂，可唔可以做一個叫做驗啊尿啊，叫尿嗰度咧睇下有蛋白質掉出嚟啊。如果驗血咧，佢一定會同你做一個叫 GRF 就睇下你個 filtration 有幾多，即係個腎咧係可以能夠令到你個腎可以係排泄得幾多嘅。咁呢個係好重要嘅。咁同埋咧，佢有 creatine albumin 咧，呢個就會睇到喺個blood 裏邊咧係睇得出嚟。咁你一定要驗佢睇到啦。咁呢個係一定係每一次去醫生你都要睇一睇，喂，可唔可以做呢樣嘢？醫生有陣時醫生唔記得嘅，我話聽，我見過好多人都唔記得咗㗎。咁其實咧 ，so if you going to a doctor, so remind doctor, hey, should I have a urine protein urea test? Check if I'm dumping protein out, and on top of that. They will also remind them, hey, can I have a GRF, glomerular filtration blood test, checking my creatine, albumin. So they will basically check at least once a year. So net result, they have a baseline checking and see how your function of your kidney. All those are in blood tests and urine tests. Last but not least, you have to work with your doctor to really help you to slow down your kidney disease. If you have it, you got to slow down. But all the stuff that I told you earlier, is actually prevent you to get to that stage. So remember, really control your blood sugar early, control your blood pressure early, and control your diet. Guess what? You will not get to this stage. But you, unfortunately, get to this stage, then you have to really take action how to slow down your kidney disease. 嗱，記住，如果你係真係到呢個情況下咧，咁冇辦法啦，你真係要揾個醫生咧，點能夠降低整慢咗你嘅腎病嘅問題，因為腎病咧係唔會好只係控制。咁但係最好咧，頭先我講俾你聽，如果你控制咗你血糖，控制咗你嘅血壓，控制嗰食嘅嘢，你唔會血糖高。咁其實同埋繼續食你補呢樣咧，咁你其實你就唔會去翻呢個情況嘅喎，因為呢個情況就係你冇做嘢，你會去到呢個情況，去呢個即係呢個腎病嘅情況。咁如果係咁講嘅話，即係話如果我控制血糖，飲去糖茶，因為寧講俾你一個好嘅血糖嘅地方。咁你就變咗嚟講咧，你就永遠都落唔到嚟呢個情況裏邊。同醫生話：哇，咪我腎壞咗啦，依家我準備壞啦。咁我哋真係要好注重呢樣嘢。咁係變咗係個 one step ahead 啦。OK， so if you can continue to drink Lowsutea, lower your blood sugar, take care of your diet, and lower your blood pressure. By the way, Lowsutea also lower your cholesterol and blood pressure as we go on. So all those will help you to maintain good health. Net result of that, you will have less chances to develop kidney disease and put yourself in a worse stage. Now, thank you very much. I want to take some time to see I could answer any question you might have, because I'm sure people might want to have questions. So is there any question from the group? Maybe you can let me know. I can see who can answer your question. Okay, one of the questions come from the group is that, do you have any recommendation of salt substitute? Now, actually, there's some called salt substitute in the regular market. They are not really salt. You can use some of those, but more importantly, actually, you don't eat too much salt, that's all. Just don't put too much salt, because food already but salt. So get a little less salt. In other words, you don't want to get too many soy sauce. Those are salt, okay? And don't sprinkle salt on all the food as you do. You actually have pepper more than salt is even better. So don't go, I know there's a habit, a lot of time, I do a lot more salt. So you gotta be careful, put a lot more salt in it, because that is not gonna good for you. 嗱，有一個問題啦，就喺夏威夷問嘅，阿預知嚇，咁佢咧就話：喂，咁我咪有substitute salt，係有 substitute salt 嘅。亦都可以用呢樣嘢，但係最好咧都唔好用到salt，因為食物本身咧已經有鹽㗎啦。如果有鹽嘅話咧，咁你就其實就唔使食咁多鹽啦，佢自己食物都有鹽㗎啦已經。咁你最好咧就唔好有個 habit， 或者加多豉油，因為豉油係好多鹽嘅，所以有少豉油亦都 OK。咁記住咧，唔好食咁多鹽，就算有 artificial salt 都唔好食咁多，因為呢個都係一個 chemical 嚟嘅。咁所以變咗嚟講咧。呢方面咧就會變咗嚟夠幫助你咧降低血壓 ，OK？ 咁同埋咧，仲有咧就係鹽方面咧，唔食咁多鹽咧，你可以食胡椒啊，胡椒都 OK 嘅。其他就即係當然唔係審禁好多啦，因為胡椒咧本身就係個 spice， 咁就唔係咁多 salt， 咁亦都幫助咗你係減低你個血管。OK， 仲有冇其他問題啊 ？Is there any other question? Those are very good questions, Eugene. Thank you very much for asking. Are there any other questions? Now, I want to update with you guys while you're listening. We have actually, there's some more question here. Actually, we have a seminar coming on December 19th, and we'll talk about diabetic eye, because we have a lot of people asking me, oh, shoot, my eyes getting blurred. Am I short-sighted, or am I have diabetic eye? And I have customer, which is only 3 years. Patients are 3 years diabetes, and they all have get blurry eye. I start finding out that a lot of these people actually have diabetic eye in 3 years of diabetes. That's really scary. Now, certainly not everybody have that, but on the other hand, that's something that you have to watch, because that potentially you are in that stage. So we have a doctor, her name, Professor actually, Jane Young, and she's a very experienced doctor and taught in Hong Kong U to many doctors, many family doctors regarding eye. She's an eye surgeon. So we will talk about diabetic eye. And if you have any questions, jot down your questions. She would love to answer you. And that will be on December 19th for Hong Kong time at 3:30. And for Hawaii will be December 18th at 9:30 p.m. in the evening. That will be an excellent lecture to take because that will give you a lot of answer of diabetic eye. Another question. They said, if I have an afternoon snack, should I drink the tea before or after have my snack? Absolutely. 有一個好嘅問題咧，怡姐就問啦，咁我依家飲緊 Lowsutea 嘅，咁我晏晝嘅時候，我係食一啲snack 或者餅啊咩都好啦，咁我係咪可以飲去糖茶啊？其實係好嘅，因為點解咧？當你飲去糖茶嘅時候咧，你係將個血糖咧會好快降低咗佢。咁譬如你食個 snack 可能係一個餅咁算啦嚇，咁你血糖咧好快脆，回於1個鐘頭咧就會上翻去大概10個之中嘅高啲嘅。但係你飲咗去糖茶咧，你血糖咧係好快脆降翻低嘅，所以飲多啲去糖茶係冇問題嘅。同埋仲有咧係幫助好快脆去翻你平穩嘅血糖。OK， Eugene, that is an excellent question you asked because I actually continue to measure myself if I eat some snack, what going to be, and as you know, I'm 4.9. But you know, if I eat a little a cake or some whatever snack, my blood sugar can go as high as 10 very fast within 1 hour. So after I drink my Lowsutea, guess what? I measure myself with Abbott Libby. Right away, my sugar will come back down within 1 hour, back to 7, and then eventually 6 and 5.9 or 5 point something. So net result, you are actually continue to make your sugar lower, and that is excellent question, Eugene, you can ask because a lot of people don't realize what you want to do is continue to have a lower blood sugar all the time with you. Even you eat, you go up, it's okay. After you drink Lowsutea, you come back down, maintain a good blood sugar level. That is what you're trying to do, okay? So make sure you continue to do that. That is not an issue. Make sure that you continue to drink the Lowsutea even snack, and that will be perfect. Any other question? Those are very good questions. I appreciate you guys ask this question. And if you have any question, I put myself in a chat window, and you can ask me question here, and I could also answer you here if you have any question. I got my email here, and you can actually ask questions to for me if you have any questions. Are there any other questions? I must say, I'm so happy you guys are very good in participating and willing to ask many questions. 好多謝各位堂友咧，呢度咁多人啦，都問好多不同嘅問題啦，其實對你亦都係好有幫助嘅。咁其實我哋喺呢度咧亦都有個 Facebook Live 啦，咁好多人都聽到我哋 Facebook 嘅講座啦。咁其實我都好高興咧，而且亦多人都知道我哋有呢個講座咧，咁令到多啲人受惠啦。咁下次如果有其他朋友嚟，喂，我點啊？可唔可以能夠聽你講座啊？你可以介紹啊，你可以介紹嘅，冇問題嘅。我係越多人越 OK 嘅。咁如果你中意嘅話，可唔可以俾個 like 我喺個 Facebook 嗰度俾個 like 我啊？咁我變咗最低係多啲人 like 啦。咁if you like our topic, can you put a like on our Facebook? Gail, thank you very much. Gail has a comment, and can you actually on Facebook, can you give me a like? I don't see Gail question though. I just say you like it. So can you yeah, if you like it, give me a like in my in the Facebook. It'll be good. I appreciate it. Any other questions? Okay. Oh, thanks, Pooja. Thank you very much. You are very welcome. I appreciate that you actually attended, and thanks, Ann Mark. I appreciate you that. I think this is a very good webinar because I think this webinar will give you some idea how you not to get kidney disease. I have too many friends got that problem, and they start coming to ask me, and I thought I want to make sure I have this webinar. And I will start also moving the webinar to a little bit more in a sense that how you can track yourself. You're getting bad or you're getting better. And that is basically measured by your A1C. So I will get a little more detail how to track your blood sugar on the A1C and how you will be actually using this Abbott maybe. And a lot of people are using it. And then I can see myself and change my lifestyle. As you know, I'm 4.9 right now. I used to be 6 and 7. And now, because of good dieting, I changed that. 各位朋友，其實一落去嘅時候咧，我會講多啲有一樣嘢咧係好重要嘅，點能夠幫助你嘅血糖咧係會控制到咧，好重要就係要度血糖喎。咁度血糖有咩度到咧？其實咧 ，beside 用呢個即係 Abbott 咧，有一個好重要講叫 A1C 啊。咁我會講多啲咩叫 A1C。咁下一次咧可能呢個堂咧。因為 develop 嘅時候講多呢個東西，咁你更加了解點能夠令到你嘅糖咧係更加係知道有咩叫糖好啊唔好啊，你個糖尿病令到係自己係變咗點樣啊？呢、個全係血糖嘅做法。咁如果12月19號咧，記住糖尿患病者隻眼係點樣發生嘅咧？有Dr. Jane Young 佢係教。香港中文大學咧好多即係family medical 醫生咧係聽我哋講書嘅。咁仲有冇其他問題添啊？如果有其他問題如果冇嘅話咧，咁你就可以繼續問嘅，或者係用個 email 問我啦。咁多謝你先。咁如果係咁講嘅話，如果冇其他問題咧，咁就多謝各位。Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. Share with us, spending time on a busy Saturday. And listen to diabetic, better understanding. I hope that I not only give you only knowledge, but I give you wisdom to act. Because we have wisdom, you will act and prevention. OK? 今日好多謝各位朋友，你能夠聽我哋講嘅東西，能夠我唔係淨係俾咗一啲資料你，但係你有呢個 wisdom 咧，去真係 act 去做嘢。去防止你嘅糖尿病唔會更加差。多謝各位，拜拜。